What's the name, my people? You know what it is, the Don Tony Teflon, the lady Elamar. And when Elamar is in the building, you know what it is.
Nice.
Now listening to and watching the sexiest podcast in the world, the Don Tony Teflon, the lady Elamar. Elamar, how are you?
Tony, every time I'm here, I'm always better. So this is a great time. Awesome to be here. How are you? How are you doing
I'm
today?
all right. I'm all right. You know, I got some things with my camera's messing up. I see because it's a different computer. I got to put a program on it to sharpen it up and stuff. You can't really see my brownness on my skin, but I am brown. What up to all my familia in the building? Let's say what's up to the people who are here joining us right now. We got our girl. We got Jay Sleek in the building rocking with us. Dwayne is up in here rocking with us. William is up in here. Baby girl is in the building. John Haymaker is in the building. Rose Jones is in the building. Matt Spruce is up in here. Dragon King is up in here. KP is up in here. RC is in here. Just Rita is in here. Kimberly is in here. Our girl, as always, from the land down under, Carla Way, is in the building. The NAB is in this place right now, rocking with us right now. We got a bunch of people. Nene is in here. Sweet Tooth is in here. It's gonna be hard for me to call out everyone because too many people here for me to do that. Sonic Your Boy is in here. Debbie Ebby O'Bebby is up in the building. Jules is rocking with us right now. This is Sufel, New York is up in. Listen, Rose Jones came out the gate and get the 10 Teflon TV memberships. Welcome.
Nice.
If you just got a membership, thank Rose Jones for doing that for us. Thank you so much. We truly appreciate it. It means the world to me and everything. And Elamar and all of us in here. Again, we know Ron Sanders, new member, is in the building rocking with us. Thank you. Amy is in the building. Sonic Your Boy is up in here. Isis Blue is in here. Julie B Deep Dives is in the building. Tiffany, the Queen Bee, is in the building. Rock with us. Alice Z is in here. More people keep coming. We will do some more shout outs a little bit later. Why did this thing pop up in my thing? I don't know. Get out of here. Pop up. We don't need you. All right. Well, Elamar, we're going to go into this episode and everything else. Welcome, more members. Welcome to the Familia. We are the Familia, not the
Yes, we are.
Familia.
Familia.
With this. Yeah, that's who it is. Kelly Johnson says a super chat before we get into this. T, where were you last week? Did T keep? No, what do you mean? I did the stream, the Halloween stream with Phil last week. It's up there. I did put it members only, and people, where you put it members? Because people start acting saying I was saying stuff that was crazy and it wasn't true, and I'm not going to tolerate all the nonsense and people saying stuff. Saying that my jokes were crude and everything. It was jokes, and that's all it was. And I'm just not going to deal with it. So I put that one on member only, just for that reason. Not going to do member only streams. That's not the way it's going to be here. It's always going to be like this. But I just put that one there and everything else. I thought it was very, very good. People giving Phil high. I thought it was funny. Listen, I'm being honest. No, I don't. And when I say this, I really don't mean any disrespect to anybody. So please don't run back to people saying, "Oh, Tony Teflon." Listen, when me and Phil is on here, we doing our show is a comedy show, regardless of what anyone thinks. We make jokes. There are a lot of other YouTubers, all of a sudden doing this show. A lot of boring people that just sit there and be bored by. And you ain't got it, and you ain't got to listen to anything like that. That's on y'all. There's a billion out there. Go out there and go check those people, man. You know what I mean? I thought it was funny. I had a good time doing it. You know what I mean? So go check those old motherfuckers, man, out there. There's a billion people out there. If you just wanted just to have some regular people just rock saying shit that you've already heard and things like that, go with that. We ain't about that. We try to entertain the people and everything else. That's what we try to do, man. That's just what it is. So, I didn't say anything to offend anyone. A lot of people think it was hilarious. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I just try to be fun. We try to do what we do. And not just funny for the sake of being funny, because it really is funny. So we
Well,
go.
I caught parts of it, Tony. I wish I actually was able to actually watch it fully, but I was dying. I was dying when I saw you in your costume and Phil, and I know I loved what I heard. It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are doing a damn AI voice and doing it on faceless video.
Mm.
That's up there. All right, Elmo, what you think about this episode?
I loved it. I really did. It's way up there. I don't know. I would I not com I was thinking about it today, as episode by episode, but I realized that I technically don't even look at it episode by episode. It For me, it's like a whole story. And so far, this chapter, this season, I am loving it. I am loving it. I realized that it's so difficult to find a third season that
Hmm.
to me, this season is better than the first season.
It is.
That is
I,
very rare, I think. So I'm loving it.
I agree. It is better. Let's we're gonna I haven't uh, no. Why do you gotta go mess with me for, man? Why they gotta mess with me for?
Tony, for a second, I looked away at my cat, and I'm looking back, and there's instead of me, there's like a pile of stuff. I'm like, where am I? Am I under there? Like, oh no, like I'm buried over that. That pile must really like. Oh my gosh! Thank God it's winter over there. Because can you imagine
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
dining on
It would stink.
the
It's gotta
smell?
stink. I mean, when she
Yeah.
goes to the bathroom, she's got to blow that fucker up really bad. Like she's really got to blow the bathroom up. It's got to be to the point where she's blowing it up. Even though I like to believe that women don't poop, but we got to understand that she's blowing this bathroom up to the point where something is crazy. You know what I mean? And it is sad. Otherwise, the show is already halfway over. It goes fast.
Yeah.
It goes fast. It goes
Yeah.
fast. You know what I mean? But it is definitely the best season. I heard that they are
Mhm.
renewed for another season.
Oh,
Heard that one
nice.
through. So we don't have to worry about another season or
That's
anything
really
else
nice.
like that going through. We're gonna go through the deep dive of this
Mhm.
episode, and then we're gonna talk about all the pictures and everything else that we see on this thing. For some reason, I got two things open. Did it move the picture on that one?
No, it's sitting here. It's still
Oh,
showing
cool.
that lovely pile of
So what's the other one? All right. So
food.
all right, we got
Yep.
Tilly being this
Yeah.
this is all clips from the episode before. So we'll get right into this. All right, the argument. No, the arguments. Where's the argument start? Here.
Well,
All right.
there we go.
All right. So let's go with the argument that they had.
Yeah.
It starts off with the argument between Tabitha
Mhm.
and Jim. What did you take from this argument? No, it was very realistic.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. But just not saying it on this argument, I'm saying overall for Jim. No wonder she's trying to divorce that man. Not because of this, because she woke him up. She had the full light on. Like, why would you turn the light on? There's somebody sleeping next to you, right? Like, don't turn the light on if you want to get out. Maybe the light was on already. But so I'm not saying that, but Tabitha, be a little bit more, conscious of what you're doing. Do not wake the man up. Just getting up from the bed may wake somebody up. Just do it in darkness if you have to. But the whole Jim thing, the way he is to Tabitha, no, like I would look for a different house. Like
Yeah,
no.
yeah. Listen, Jim is. I don't got no love for Jim. Jim, dude took care. Now again, when we had Liz on here, right? When we had Liz
Mhm.
on here, she said that this has only been a couple of weeks that all this stuff is taking place. It's within a couple of weeks. It's not been a long time at all, right?
Okay.
That all this stuff from season 1 and everything that's happened is happening in a couple of weeks. She said that's it. So it's only been a couple of weeks, and this dude over here complaining that he had to take care of the kids.
Oh my God.
while he was gone. What did you take care of him for? Like three
that
days?
was
Bro? And then Julie called
lost
you up
them
and
too.
tell you wasn't even here for it.
Oh my God. No, that really enraged me. Like really. And he had the audacity to say the complete opposite of what he was doing. He did not only say, "Oh yeah, like saying what she did, that
Mhm.
whatever he felt or what she did, that she left them and he felt blah blah blah, whatever he felt, feelings
Mhm.
are valid." He had to go an extra step and lie on top of all, and I had to, well, yeah, you're the father the last time I checked, so that's your job. Why are
Yeah,
you complaining?
yeah. It's like when they say like this one dude. This one time I was at my job and this guy got promoted, and I was like, why did this dude get promoted? And the boss said, he said, you know why I know he's going to be a good boss? Because his wife left him and he's had to raise 2 girls all by himself. And I was like, they're his fucking kids.
Exactly.
He's supposed to raise them. What benefit? I said, if he was raising my kids, then I give him a
Yeah.
shout out. But these are
Right.
his fucking kids. It ain't
Yeah.
my fault. His wife's a piece of shit and ran off on her 2 daughters. Turned out later on that the girl, the wife, was the boss's daughter that ran off.
Oh. Oh, maybe the guilt thing made him. Oh, yeah.
You know. But
Wow.
in the end, you know what I mean.
But still, it's his children.
It's your kid. You're supposed to take care. You can't get no props for that from me for taking care of your kids. Bravo. Bravo for taking care of your kids. You're supposed to do that.
Crazy.
It trickles down into the morning. You know what I mean? With Tabitha and Julie. And remember the monsters. The monsters heard the screaming and was telling them, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's like, hello, we're doing our best work here. We're carving away. We have whatever stuff ready. And you're arguing like we are the main thing here. Yeah, they were jealous.
It was a chance to hear. Yeah, so you're screaming. You're going to scare the people. That's our job to scare these
like you're forgetting where you are. Like, hello.
Exactly. Like, what are you doing here? This is supposed to be us. We supposed to be scared of these people, and you over here scared them with your big mouth over here. And then
the monsters
probably got caught up in the blankets with his foot when he was trying to struggle out.
Get out of mother thing. Oh my gosh. And that's really a very small bed too. What is it, like a full, or not even I don't know. Like it was just interesting, the whole dynamic of them being there as a married couple. But you know, how do you get a divorce over there? Like, I guess he's fine because now she can't divorce him. Like, who are you gonna wait for a judge to pull into this?
Yeah, if I was in this situation and I'm in there with my wife and you actually have a woman, you got to smash every night because you don't know when the next day's night. I wouldn't be concerned about it. Not especially she just got back. She's been gone a couple of days. It's time for sexual healing. That's what it's time for. It's not time for arguing and stuff like that.
It's therapy. It is therapy.
Yeah,
that's part of therapy. Yeah.
That is why. That's why on this channel we term the name Jaditha, because we believe that Jade and Tabitha should be together. So we term the name Jaditha, and that's what it's going to be. Jaditha. Jim don't deserve to be there. It needs to be Jade. Jaditha is what's going to be happening, going down, and everything. Because this guy doesn't deserve this chick at all. I can see exactly, as you said, why he was going.
If he's like that in this situation, usually, you know, I'm thinking of a man protector and, you know, that kind of thing. He's not protecting much over there. He's going off here, going off there, making things harder for her. So I think Jade is much better, I would say, person, just basing it off of what we're seeing. Just what we're seeing.
If he's not gay, we don't know that. Because I heard people thinking that he was Jade, thinking that there's a possibility because he did play dress up. He said he played dress up when he was a kid. I mean, you could take that either way, whether what dress up means. It could just mean he just put on some clothes. But if he's talking about putting on women's clothes and stuff, and it could be, I mean, boys do that stuff when you're little. I give him the pass on that one and everything.
Or maybe, you know, on both teams. So who knows? But as a person, I prefer the way Jade is around other people. I love his humor. I love his remarks, even though they are what they are. But it does not take away from him being looking like being more of a better person, I think. Just basing it off of what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, Jabby works too. If you want to say Jabby, that works. Jaditha works. Jabby works. In the end, I think that's what it is. Donna, actress, he says that Jabby has to be wrong on the timeline due to Jade's hair alone. That's not true. I mean, she works on the show. I gotta say, if she's saying this is what it is, it's not. They haven't been there months or anything like that. It's only been weeks.
Mhm. And for
That's
some people, hair grows really quickly, like crazy quickly.
I
Like
think
insanely.
that was his choice, the actor's choice. That he wanted to grow his beard out,
Mm,
and the people just didn't tell him no. It's not like it's a baseball team with the Yankees where you weren't allowed to have facial. I think that was
mm,
his choice
yeah.
because when Elgin came on, he told them that they didn't want him to have a beard because they wanted him to look younger,
Mhm.
right? So I think it was just his choice to grow the beard out and everything else. I don't think
But
that
for Jade, it
been
looks
weeks.
sense
That's
as a
it.
character. Yeah, it
Since
makes sense as a character because he's busy solving things. He's not taking time to groom the extra. Hopefully, he's bathing, but he's not taking extra time to groom his beard,
Mhm.
make it trimmed, and trimming his hair. And I think it matches whatever his choice. If this was his choice, great choice, and for the role too.
Yeah, no, people still saying that it has not been months. She said it was weeks. And if you look at it, everything happens from day to day. And just count the times that the
Yeah.
sun has come up and gone down, and you'll see it's only been weeks from season one since they
Mhm.
got there. They've been able to go so far. So next scene we see was Jade, and it was Jade and Boyd and trying to explain about the numbers. If y'all listen to my theory of what I believe these numbers are, you can go watch that video and stuff like that. You know what I mean? What did you think about the scene with Jade and Boyd? I think they need more scenes.
Yes, and there needs to be more of a talk conversation without pointing fingers and the nonsense that took place during the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that Jay did not know about the second tree. Um, it's like, okay, what else did I not know about? Just at that point, Jade, I think at that point Jade should have said, okay, here's a chair, tell me everything right now. Like, what else do you think that, relates to this place? What else did you see that may be important? That was a point too, because he discovered apparently he didn't know something, right? So I
Yeah,
would at that point have been, okay, what else is, tell me stuff, more stuff. What else is there? Don't
yeah.
assume I know everything. Assume I don't know anything. So
Exactly.
yeah.
I think my theory is right about the code. I think I got it. I think that's what it's going to be, but we'll see in the end. Think Story says the town also seems to have quicker healing, so faster hair growth is not a stretch. 100%.
Hmm.
I definitely agree with that. Think Story said he was going to call in too. He hasn't called in yet. Think Story. I mean, man,
We don't bite much.
yeah, he said he was going to call in. He said, I'm going to call in. He hasn't called in yet. So the season's not over yet. He still has time and everything else. Yeah, so he's trying to break down the bottle tree and everything else,
Hmm.
and break down the code for the bottle tree in this scene. Talking to Boyd, Boyd's not really convinced. Again, I think something that they didn't get into in this episode was, but Kenny told Boyd last episode that sound that he heard outside the cabin wasn't the monsters, and Boyd poo-pooed that situation. Do you think that they've come back to that this season?
Oh, you mean the outside the cabins?
Yes,
The sound?
when Kenny
Oh,
goes when Kenny
well,
goes
I
to
hope they
Boyd.
will come back to it. I mean, leaving that off till next season, that is a bit much. I mean, where we heard, I forgot when we heard them, what episode. I forgot what episode it was that we heard them, but keeping that the entire season or entire season plus to the next one, that's a bit much for me.
Mhm.
Especially since now they have this good pace. I like the pace. It's not too slow, it's not too quick. It's perfect. So slowing things down would be a bit annoying to me right now.
All right, I agree with you 100%. We'll go through this. Next is Victor talking to his dad. He tells his dad that he's got a plan. He's got to do something that's bad. He's got to do something. That's
Dangerous,
scary.
yeah.
And look, when we had Liz on here, and we talked about her flirting with
Hmm.
Henry. She didn't deny it.
Ah,
She didn't deny it. She didn't say no. That's not what was going on. She
I
didn't
mean,
say
it's a
that.
lonely place,
Yeah, she
so
didn't say that was what was going on, but she didn't flat out call it quit. It's funny because her husband was on
no.
the week before, and he was like, "No, that wasn't happening."
Oh my gosh, that's funny. The lines kind of.
He was like, "No,
Mm.
that wasn't happening. I didn't see that."
Oh boy. Oh boy.
How
Wow.
do you like this actor playing Victor's father?
Oh,
How do you like
I
him?
love him in like everything that all the actors. I am just completely in love with the entire cast. They are doing such a great job. But this actor, um he fits right in. I feel like I already have known him the entire he's not a new actor. Like, oh, it's him. Yeah, I recognize him. Although this is the first time we're seeing him here.
Yeah, you see, yeah, yeah, I think she deserves some loving. I think they all deserve some loving. Then
They
I
all
deserve.
do. Everybody needs like that. That should be therapy, literally therapy over there.
I fucking deserve it. No one's trying to help me out. Goddamn. All right, Mary,
You need to
Mary,
move over there, Tony.
I
Right?
need
You
it.
want the colony
That's
house,
the only way I can get a girl. I think if I
right?
live in from, because in this world ain't nobody wanting me.
They should. They should. Oh, come on, Tony. All the ladies.
I'm telling you the truth. I
I
ain't
like.
lying. I ain't
It's
lying.
like
I always
trying
tell
to.
the truth. No, no, nobody. I'm telling you. Ain't nobody, nobody,
Mm-mm-mm.
and I mean no one. I mean nobody. That's
Oh,
I
come
hate the date. When I look at the Tinder and the people that actually like me in the Tinder, I'm just like, damn, am I really that bad?
Oh my god.
Because I'm talking about these
Oh
are
my god.
people liking me, no disrespect, but I'm talking about some of these chicks liking me as couple like sea donkeys and shit. You know, like I don't understand. Like have I fell off that bad? Like I do something, be honest about it. You know what I mean? Maybe
People
that's the
think
level
those.
I'm at. Sometimes that's the level. Yeah, maybe I just gotta accept I'm a sea donkey now, and I gotta just
Oh
say,
my god.
I just gotta start. Oh, go out
Oh
there.
my goodness. You know, I that is very much further from the truth, and I'm sure everybody in the chat, all the ladies are just like,
yeah, they lying too. They just see it.
mm.
They just see it for this to be nice. Marielle is in here with Kenny, and Marielle wore those jeans out this week, and
Nice jeans.
I
Yeah.
like the scene with Marielle and Kenny. How did you feel about the whole Marielle situation? I think she's getting a little bit more to do, and I like the fact that she.
Yes. Yeah, it was interesting, besides her walking away from us. That was very nice, I'm sure, for everybody to watch. But as a right, perfect genes as well for that. But seeing her in front of that medicine cabinet, that was interesting because when I looked at it at first, I thought, after thinking, okay, she's just working, I thought at first glance I would have thought that, okay, that's kind of suspicious, but she's there all the time. So she literally looked like she was working, because she was marking whatever medicine they got from the ambulance. So it's nice to see the character growth in that too, because I just can't imagine being in a place that, having an addiction and being in a place that you can just reach for it and it's right there. Takes so much willpower and just mental ability to not reach for it. So this is great character development, I think, and her acting more and her having more lines and having more interactions with other actors or other people there. I really am liking it, and she's doing great. Meaning, obviously, she's great. She's there for a reason. But what I'm saying is, she started off not as this, and they developed her into the character she is, and I'm really liking it.
And she seems to be handling what's happened to her better than Randall and Julie combined. Like
Yeah.
she seems to be handling that every much. And Amy Cinnamon Buns, Cinnamon Sweet, Jesus, my mind is in the gutter. Says, right, she has a curvy butt and she probably works out. You can't work out for that butt like that. I'm telling you, yeah,
That's just a blessing from.
Yeah, you either got it or you don't, man.
Yeah,
You can't.
You can't.
No,
I don't think you
no.
can.
I don't care. I mean, squat. You can squat all you want. It ain't.
You may add a couple inches. I'm guessing like maybe 2 inches at max for some. I don't know, but that's a lot.
Yeah, you're gonna get nothing. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't change the shape of your butt unless you get the baby yells are killing y'all. Unless you go that route. That's all that's gonna happen. Nothing else is gonna happen. Randall with the patch on his face. Looking terrible in there and everything. I know a lot of people are saying Randall's on a redemption arc. What do you think? Do you think Randall's on a redemption arc for what he did? Do we forget what he did to Donna? Do we forget that he tied Donna to a tree and he wanted to leave her out there for bait? Do we forget that?
People have done crazier things over there. So I'm the whole I would say forgive, not forget. Forgive is the word I would use. I don't think people should forget anything over there at all, because the moment you forget, that's the moment that it may happen again, and that's your own fault. But forgiving, it's a different thing. I think he could be forgiven for that, with all the things that and again, he was trying to. It wasn't something selfish just for himself. He actually did it for a greater cause, and
Mhm.
crazier things have been done for that. Not
Yeah,
just here, but anywhere.
Cindy, the romantic Taylor, says that Randall's going to hook up with Julie. I think she's too young. I don't think they'll do that in the show. Just for the fact that she's too young. I think that she's
Yeah.
playing a younger character in the show. Elgin would be the person
Yep.
that would be around her age to do that. And he may be even a little bit too old for her in the show. I think she's supposed to be like 16, 17 in the
Yeah.
show. You know what I mean? So Randall's way too old. I don't think they would go that route in the show with it. Me personally, and that would be the only reason why I would give it to Elgin if I had to say anyone close enough in age. That's a main character that she could hook up with. There.
Yeah, I agree with that completely. For for the two couples, meaning Randall and her, it would be more of we're a team to solve some things. Let's go on this journey to solve stuff. Let's get our brains together. And as far as Elgin, it's more like, let's get some other things together to forget it, where we are. That would make more sense to me, especially seeing her smoke with him for fun, not for just for for forgetting things, but having more of a fun with him, and maybe more of a discovery of where they are, how they can get out with Randall.
Yeah, if Randall was going to hook up Marielle and all of them, that's Randall's age. And he's living up in there, so you know what I mean. But she's supposed to be playing like a 16, 17-year-old. I don't think that they would do that, with them that age. Fatima and Ellis talking about, now she didn't talk about the blood, right? She didn't go to it and say, "Hey, I'm drinking blood, sweetie," and nothing like that. They just know about the vegetables, correct?
Right. Yeah, I did not. Nothing in their interaction indicated that they were talking about actually consuming blood.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
she's going
he
that
would
far.
be freaked out then.
That's what, see, and this is the problem. If you love your man and you trust him and he's got your back, you got to explain the whole thing. You can't leave shit out, right? Even though if he's with you and you say, "Listen, honey, I got to tell you something. I don't know what's going on with me, but I was 2 fingers deep up in this chick's wound looking blood, and I had this craving for it."
Right.
Now he's gonna react a certain way, right? You're gonna get a reaction. If you have if any of you ladies, you got your man, right, and you're in a position, and you try to go 2 fingers deeper, you're gonna get a reaction. Something's gonna happen there. Now,
I'm assuming,
you talked to him before,
right?
Attempt that.
Yeah.
But if you got to work to work.
Or like she said, and you wouldn't start with the 2 fingers, right? Hopefully, you would start like with the other stuff, like she did with the rotten fruit. Then you would start with that, and then go from there. And by the way, I don't want to freak you out, but, and then you would say that's a perfect time to say it, not like, "Oh, I drank blood by like slurping on that gut juice," and and then, "Oh, by the way, and I ate some rotten fruit." No, you don't go that way, you go the other way.
Listen, some guys like that stuff. Some people like it. And if you do, I'm not knocking you. That's got nothing to do with T. Diddy. You and your woman doing your stuff, and listen, don't let anyone guilt you out of your pleasures in life, man. And you know what I mean? But I'm saying you got to ease people into that shit. So she could have talked about it. You know what I mean? That
was perfect time.
It was perfect time. She could have talked about being 2 fingers deep up in this blood. She could have been like, "Listen, I sucked this chick's blood like a Capri Sun. Help me, husband, help me."
Now, he's like, "Well, I'll help you from 2 feet away from you, like from arm's reach."
Like, I'll help you. A little different. You may look at you a little different. Like if I was with a shorty, which I ain't been in a long time, but if I was, And then all of a sudden, you know, she pulled the pants down and she had a strap on. I'm gonna react, not in a good way. I'm gonna react like,
Oh my
I
gosh,
gotta
don't put me in that
go. My
corner,
mama's sorry.
Tony.
I got to get up out of here. You know, I'm out of here. You know, I got to get up out of here. I can't. I'm
Right.
not the man for this job. You know,
And her choice of where she stuck those fingers is another thing. Like for me, I'm kind of a not a germaphobe, but kind of in a way. I okay, that poor lady was was bleeding from her gut. In the gut, we have what insides that not the cleanest part to slurp from, right? Like if it would be somewhere above your chest and above, that's fine, but below that it's kind of just like not too fresh of a territory over there, and she was slurping on all that old
yeah.
stuff inside her
Oh, she was
stomach and her
perfect.
guts. Yikes.
She was about looking at now cinnamon sweets. Some people might like that. They might, and I'm not saying again. I don't care what you do. Do what you got to do in your life. I'll tell you. I was in Nashville when I was getting the place to do the con this year, and I was down there, and I was in a house full of I had like 5 women that were in there, and staying in the Airbnb with me, and I was in there, all my friends, and I asked them, we were all drinking and shit, and I asked them, we always started talking, and somehow it turned to pegging the conversation, and I said to them, I said, would you peg your dude? Is that if he asked you for it, would a guy? And every one of them said yes, and then one chick was like, "That's on my bucket list."
Oh my god!
And I was like, "What?" And I was like, "What? What are you?" And I'm telling you, and you can ask them all. I got up, and as soon as I got up, I took my shirt and I pulled that shit over my ass as far as I could pull that shit. I was like,
"Oh my gosh!
Y'all don't get no ideas." That shit.
Well, if it's with it's her bucket list, so let her, all the power to her.
Yeah, find a guy to let you do it. I mean, I'm not that man. That's on my bucket list. I was like, oh shit. There's a lot of things on my bucket list, right? That I want to do. I want to go to Grand Canyon.
Well, that's kind of like a I'm not gonna go there.
That wouldn't be on the bucket list.
Well, she had a different kind of a canyon in mind.
Listen, her bucket, yeah, she's drinking from a different bucket.
Yeah. Well, good for her. Good for her.
Yes, let her do it.
I'm sure it's inspiring to people.
100%. And then we see Big Boyd pull up at the door, and when Boyd's at the door, obviously he sees something's going on, and then we switch outside. Donna, Tabitha feeling bad that she let the people down. How did you feel about this scene?
Again, great scene, and I love how the tears did not come, but it was it was a good moment. It was a quick one to acknowledge the what do you call it, the humanity. I'm not sure if I'm using that word correctly right now, but that even the toughest people who have to be tough, they do have those emotions that but they're there. They're not dead inside. They still feel. And she had to do manual labor there, right? Like it was difficult. That stuff is heavy, and it's a long distance, and she still did that. I guess that was like a gym, going to the gym, exercising, right? Getting what you need out. But there's no gym over there. There are rocks to cover somebody's body in the pool. Very, very nice scene. Quick one, to the point, acknowledging things there, not lingering too long. I like it was done tastefully. I think quick conversation covered many points of different things over there.
Yeah, the way that Donna, they held back that tear when she really wanted to let it go, was played perfectly by Liz Sanders. One of the best.
I love how she plays. I love her. I've seen her in so many movies, and she does such a great job. I love it.
One of the best actors, without in the she did a tremendous job in this.
I still think she's the mole over there.
She is the mole. I told her when she was on it. She said I said I said to her, y'all watch the stream. I said I ain't got no focus on. She goes, I know you don't. Because I know you
Yeah.
don't. She watched the video. She knows what I'm saying.
Yes.
I don't think I think y'all
I've seen her in other
movie.
movies. She's great at that. I love it. She'll be perfect for it. Like if it actually turns out that she is, I'm like, I knew it. I saw her in other movies that she plays the parts. This part, that kind of a character, great. Ah.
Yeah, she's also Mrs. Tuttle and Arthur.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah.
The cartoon.
Yeah.
Mrs. Tuttle.
Yeah.
She's Mrs. Tuttle. If you
That's
go
I mean,
and everything else.
that's.
And
I loved her before I even knew I loved her. So that's kind of interesting. Because my kids did watch that.
And I agree with you on that. That's not and everything. But look at Tabitha. She made Tabitha feel bad. Look at that cute little smile on Tabitha's face. What a cute lady she is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So we get Victor and his father trekking through the snow and trying to get to the cave. And they do get to the cave. The dad trying to talk him out of it, but Victor's going down into the cave. It was a quick scene, and really nothing much happened here besides them making their trek. What did you like about the decision of the father saying, "Listen, I'm coming with you"?
It was great. I don't know how it was, if it was intended to be the way it was. I'm assuming it was because it was made like that. But from a perspective of let's say father towards the son, you don't bring that up. Some people say, oh, in other movies, like, why is the character or characters, why are they having this conversation right now? They were on a whole road trip and all of a sudden they're talking now. What were they doing before? In this case, I actually like this because if he would have brought it up on the way, Victor would have been like, no, like, you have to go back. They are literally there. And the father says, no, I'm going with you. I'm like, already here. I'm going with you. There's no choice. I'll be going with you. So this was perfectly done, I think. However it worked out, it wasn't just coincidence or because it was convenient. This time the convenience makes sense to me because that's how things should be handled. Go there and then tell them, I'm actually going in with you.
That's it. I mean,
like it or not. Yeah.
You're gonna beat me up?
Right.
I'm going. That's it. I agree. Then we got Fatima and Ellis trying to explain the boy what's going on. The boy, he's like, everything's gonna be all right, Dad. Right? And boy's like, oh yeah.
It's like, oh, what?
Yeah. She's all she's doing is eating rotten food. Okay.
And I can see it in his face, like when he was like, okay. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna work through it.
What's next?
And this is the scene that Boyd says, "Hey, listen, they have the ultrasound in here. We can bring it down and take a look at the baby, see what's going on in there." And Ellis is like, gotta convince her. Like, what is there to be convinced and everything? Thank you for the super chat. It says T Diddler scary of a local pagan and baby oil. Listen, I'm not T Diddy. All right, that dude T Diddy probably would have been about it. That was a fictional character on Halloween. I'm the Don Tony.
So once a year, Tony, right? Once a year on Halloween.
That was a once in a lifetime.
Oh my gosh. Wouldn't it be perfect holiday for that though? Scary like that for those who are scared of it.
Yeah, scary. He's a monster. I mean, you're supposed to dress up as monsters on Halloween.
That was nicely done. That's a monster.
So that's why you dress up. And some monsters don't look like Frankenstein. Most monsters in life don't look like Frankenstein. They look like you and me, and you just don't know that they are. So you know what I mean? He's the scariest monster right now that I could have thought of dressing up as Halloween and stuff. I'm telling you, you have a haunted house and you go to it and you can have Dracula and all that in the haunted house. But I guarantee you, in the haunted house, if there's a bunch of P. Diddy's with lubrication, everybody's running. Yeah. Everybody's running out of that guy.
Yeah.
Everybody's out.
Yeah.
Everybody. You ain't gotta put no Frankenstein there. He is the scariest monster of them all. Yeah. Carrie, let's go. What were you saying here? That's why the monsters have glamour. Most monsters we know look like us and our neighbors, and you're correct. That is Tia says, what do you think the girl in Tabby's dream is actually? We're gonna talk about that as soon as we get that promise. We'll get there. Faster. We're not going to linger on these things and just talk about. We're skimming through them and then we're going to go through them and we'll get into theories and all that. I'm going to open up the phone lines for you to call. So he tries to convince her, like, baby, please, might as well care for her. It goes to Marielle, talking to Randall, and working their things out with Randall, and Marielle doing a good job. He wants to see the scar on his face eventually. That is what he gets to. He's got the Joker scar. What did you think about this scene right here?
The face looks better than I thought it would, actually. From the way the stuff was hanging off his face, I thought half of his face is like gonna be gone, like gone. I thought all kinds of stuff is hanging out. That's what I thought. That's what I thought I saw. She patched him up really nicely, and I know this is all scary looking, but I think it's gonna heal into something, interesting. We will never forget that.
No, he's got. Listen, women. I've seen women be attracted to dudes with scars in their face, like things that makes them more gangster and shit. Like they like it. Oh, I think that scar is sexy. You know what I mean? So maybe he gets that sexiness from it. Maybe some women, and everything else. As Carl always said, I take my chances with.
Well, he looks like he did not lose any feeling in his lips.
Stitches. Yeah, they look like stitches. They look like stitches that he has in his face.
And the only thing I'm surprised at is that he can still. I know that there are muscles and nerves that affect the face if it's not paralyzed, but if the nerves are cut off. So that's kind of a thing where I was a little bit taken aback, not aback, but it did not make sense to me with such a huge scar, the chunk just like falling off. I'm assuming you could see literally to his teeth over there. In my mind, I'm thinking all kinds of nerves were cut to the point of no function being there, and he has full function, and his speech doesn't seem to be affected. So that's the only thing that kind of took me out of that. But besides that, yeah, it's.
I'd be so mad if I was Kenny that this motherfucker got to move in and not me. Like I'd be like, what?
Kenny volunteering to go outside to live in there, right? Like, let's let the monster do it to me.
I would have been, if I was Kenny, I would pull the gizzer on this nizzer, and I'd be like, we swapping. We are, they're open to someone staying there, click, clack, it's gonna be me. Scarface. Right. Get your Scarface ass the fuck up out of here. I'm up in this piece, goddammit. There'd be no way that I would not be up there. I'd be so upset. How did this dude get in there before me?
Mm-hmm.
How do you
I guess you need to get really, really injured. And I can see how Kenny right now would be like, you know what? I'm going to go out there. I'm going to be next. Let them take care of me.
Yeah, he might stab himself.
Oh, no. Where does it hurt? Kenny, where does it hurt? Let me kiss it, right?
Get up in there. He may have to pull it off. That's the only way he's getting up in there. I would be pissed off if I was getting this motherfucker.
Right. Well, he's doing the next best thing. But I forgot, does he know about this or not yet? Because he's moving to the colony house. Okay, so, okay.
He's going to find out.
He's going to find out. At least he's going to be in the colony.
The prime beef is in that hospital, not colony house.
Well, true. But,
that colony house, I ain't seen nothing special in colony house.
Yeah, they did not.
Everything I've seen on colony house is what's asking me out on Tinder every night. God damn it. Unfortunately, that's what I see.
You're postponing your trip to the from village, right? Like you're not taking this tour right now. Maybe next season when the new box comes in from the tour to Las Vegas or somewhere.
Colony house. Yeah, I tell you, I've been orphaned before. Well, I had a girlfriend back, and I haven't had one since a long time. But I had a girlfriend. I've been orphaned before. Hey, you guys want to come? It's a swinging party. You want to say? And I looked at dude who was offering what he was offering compared to my girlfriend, and I'm like,
not a good swap.
It's not a fair exchange.
No, I'm sure there has to be something.
I can see why you want my girl, but you don't even want your girl yourself. That's why you have to want. It's like when you go to the new beach for the first time and you thinking fucking Beyonce is walking out there, and goddamn it's Rose from the Golden Girls, or Sophia is the one who's out there walking around, or Weezy from the Jeffersons, or Nell Carter is up in there from back in the day. It ain't never who you expect. As soon as you get there, that's what you wind up with. Goddamn it! And that should be happening with this shit. And that's the way it is in
Ah.
County House. The pickings are slim. God damn it.
Well,
Slim.
I guess the reason why they're doing it at those parties at night and lights off and just
I've never swung. I
good
said I would tell
imagination.
you if I did, but I never swung. But I have been off it. I've been off
Hmm.
it, but I've never had. You know what I mean? But no, yeah. Lighting, muted light is terrible. That's what the muted light in the clubs is terrible. They know exactly what they're doing. Especially, I'm gonna tell you, the red light. Everyone looked beautiful in the red light.
And candlelight and moonlight.
Yeah, that red light, especially that red light, smooth the skin. You can't see nothing. Everything is great in the red light. That's why TLC says the goddamn red light special. All right, but when you're done, it ain't special at all. We only got 91 likes. Come on, we got over 250 people watching. We got to have more than 90 likes. Come on, help brother out. Get off the chat real quick. Hit that like button, and then come right back to the chat. It's real simple for on your phone, right? Come, help brother out. Yeah, Randall, look in the mirror. Scarface is in the building. Al Pacino in here. We're sitting up in there. The world is yours, brother. The world is yours. We get Kenny catching Julie smoking the marijuana outside, and she's pretty bold with it, just sitting outside. She act like, oh my God, somebody home. You are literally right outside your door. Like, if you're going to try to do something that you don't want your parents to find out about, hey, let's go away from the house.
Right. And especially in the winter time, the smell carries it, and who can that scent is nothing you can, somebody's, there's a bonfire. There's no bonfire. There's no mistaking the scent. And yeah, so but at the same time I am really surprised, like they are in a village where they can die every night, so who really cares how they deal with it?
And I'm drinking, and when I was living in an apartment building back in the day growing up, if I was drinking and I didn't want my mother to find out, I'm not going to stand in the back of the apartment building.
Right.
And just hope she doesn't walk out.
Right.
I'm not going to do that. It doesn't make any sense. And it's weed. I wouldn't know. I don't even think that word. Yeah, I think Carla Way is right. Kenny did need a hit of that goddamn weed. He should have, but she did say that the weed helped her not see,
not hear the noise, not hear the
and
so
then we know that Miranda took LSD, and that's what made her see everything. So you think that this could be some type of drug-induced psychosis that is driving these entities into these people's mind?
So meaning like when she first smoked and then had the visions, but technically everybody in a colony house would be having those visions, almost everybody for that. But the way she said that it makes her drowns the noises or the screams, however she said it the other episode. So I think it helps her not hear that and not experience it. I think maybe different kind of a drug or substance.
What did you say, Susie? It said Brandon looked like a baseball. That's fucked up. That's bad.
Well, the stitches.
Yeah, I see it.
Stitches and kind of a curved line on a baseball. You have like the curve.
Baseball head. He could be cool. That could be his nickname, baseball head. Wasn't him already at the lake and Julie was at the bar? I don't understand the question. I'm sorry. I don't get it, Susie.
Julie was
Miss Greenberg. I don't get it. I gotta think of that because I don't understand that real quick. There's Kenny and all his glory sitting out there. Let me get back to Ellis and Boyd trying to convince Fatima to come outside. She does. Elgin playing paparazzi snaps the picture at her before she goes out the house for the collage. All right, let's talk about Elgin.
Yeah.
Is Elgin evil or is he good? What's going on? Is something going on? Is he going to be a manipulator? Is he smart enough not to be, from what we're seeing?
The first episode I saw him in, I literally thought that he's one of the people outside from the outside watching.
Is he a mole? He is the mole, you saying?
No, that's what I thought at first, and I'm still not convinced he's not. Maybe this place has a way of altering the memory of some people in some way, but he looks too disturbed. Okay, so the first time, like I said, I saw him, I thought he's one of the interns from the outside that got kicked into here. I'm like, oh no, I'm not supposed to be here. Like, oh crap, I'm already here. Well, then I might as well. This is my new assignment, right? I know what to do because I'm here. But that's a huge stretch. That's a huge stretch. If that's not the case, then he's just very confused. But he is. I feel kind of bad for him. He looks like he does not have any friends in there aside from that lady that keeps following him, the kimono lady.
Yeah, that's Peter Griffin. Victor said when he first seen him that he didn't like him. First time he seen him, Victor was like, "I don't trust this guy." Right?
That's interesting.
Victor know not to trust this dude. First time he seen him, and everything else, and now all of a sudden you don't trust him. You know what I mean? Listen, if he on some bullshit, we're gonna have to act the back. Y'all know that's my man. So we gonna have him his ass back on there if he do some silly shit, and he gonna have to check that shit. If Fatima decides to go, big decision. Of course, you better decide to go. What else you gonna do? Say no? Then we know what's going on with you if you do something like that.
The fear of it. That's the thing when you were mentioning it in the beginning here. The fear of it's like once you know, so you're kind of stuck with whatever it is. Until you know that, yes, all the bad possibilities are in a way a reality because all of them are true. The unknown is worse sometimes than the known, but you can still, in that unknown, you have hope of that maybe everything is okay. So you have that spark of that, even the tiniest spark of that, it's going to be okay. Once you know, you're done with it, and that's it. So I kind of see why she wouldn't want to know, but obviously she would still, she should still do it. Like she did.
We got a super chat here. Let's take it. It is from New Slave City. Thank you so much. Has anyone said that the lines of the signal of the sign are similar to the lines on the palm of your hand? Now we did talk about this palm of your hand. Yeah. I believe I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you. I believe I've got the whole kid shit down. I'm gonna make a video on it, but I need to do a timeline to prove everything, but I think I got that whole shit down. I have to get my man Justin to help me with this because he's a better editor than me. I'm just waiting to hear back from him to see if he can help me with this. But I believe I have that whole symbol down. So, but the palm of your hands, I have heard it. What do you think about the palm of your hands?
That's interesting. I just literally looked up when you said that. And I mean, everything, if they make this work, I'm fine with that. And the lines mean different things when they cross, when they stop, when they curve, which lines are crossing, how long they are, and all that stuff. And here, even we had Jade laying down on the floor, connecting the different strings. And he mentioned something that all the strings connected when they were with Tabitha by that tree. So he did mention that. And so, I mean, if they can make it work, I am not against it. It's kind of a stretch, but I don't mind that.
What would it mean if it's the palm of your hand? That would be the whole thing. If it's the palm of your hand, what does that mean? Is it everybody's hand? Is it a certain person's hand? How would they figure out that it's the lines of somebody's hand? But whose hand is it? Is it Miranda's hand, Tabitha's hand? Is it somebody else's hand? The hand line?
Is it anybody's hand? Because technically the lines are kind of the same. That's why there are charts of that. And then depending which ones cross, how short, how long they are, how many branches there are, and which directions they go, it means whatever it means. So but again, there are different lines, and I don't know how the heart correlates to the health, to the head, on all that stuff.
What's the lifeline on your hand? I don't know that.
I don't remember.
I got some big hands. My hands is big. I got some really big hands for my size and everything else. I got some big hands. Everyone knows. My fists are big and everything else. I got really big hands. I wonder which one it is. I wonder which one is the lifeline.
I was looking at my lines
I'm
and
looking at
none
my
of
hand.
them made sense,
Got
and I
me.
stopped looking at them. Like, it doesn't
I'm
make
looking at my
sense.
shit. Y'all got me looking at my hands and shit. Feel me?
I know I didn't like it, and it kind of didn't make sense. So based on my life, I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna look at that because some of it does look kind of depressing. So I'll just stop.
We got Dead Tom in the building, popping back up, giving advice. Who everybody thought was the mole. Here he is again.
Mm.
What do you think? Is he here to help, or is he here just to make Jade stop doing what he's doing?
Well, well, first of all, I have to say, I hope he's wearing a vest under that shirt because he
No.
looks very cold.
Yeah.
And second thing, I'm thinking, what if all the moles actually die? No,
I don't think so.
and then they come back.
Big feet, big meat.
feet.
Yeah, it is. Hey, I agree.
Mm.
Maybe. I agree. Tony low key said he got big. I didn't low. Did I say it low key?
Low key, there was no low key. I think nothing low key about it. But
See,
okay.
that's how I know. I'm saying because I go to the Boxing Hall of Fame all the time. Almost every year, I go to the Boxing Hall of Fame. And in the Boxing Hall of Fame, when you get inducted, they take a fist cast of your fist.
No.
And that's what's left in the Boxing Hall of Fame with your name under it, right? So I've compared my fist to other people's fists. And listen, George Foreman's fist is the biggest shit you ever seen in your fucking life. Like, that's not even a human fist. Like, this dude's fingers is like banana.
Wow.
In fact, I say that line in my book. And the reason why I say that line in my book is because I seen the fist cast of George Foreman's fist. Disgusting. Like, if you see how big George Foreman's fist, you won't even think it's a human hand. Like, it's impossible. Like, what is that? You know? But when I compared my hand to a lot of people's, my fist was bigger than a lot of these dudes. So then I was like, I must have big heads too and everything. But yeah, George Foreman's fist it's not even like, if you just got to see it. I have a picture of it. Maybe on one live stream I'll pull the picture up, but it still doesn't do it justice unless you actually see it. This dude, like, how did you survive getting hit by him? Is just, I don't even know how it's possible. It's George Foreman's fist is so big. It's like one finger. It's like two of your fingers, and it sounds funny, but it's the truth.
Wow, that's a whole other conversation there.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. Especially when
Not for this stream.
Big heads, big feet, big meat, and all that. Yeah, go see for it.
Wow.
All right, Dead Tom.
Yeah.
Is he here to help, or is he just
kind of? People sometimes need a wake up call, and this is, you know, as close to that as well. He's got many already. Jay already had many, but you know, you're in a cold environment, so you're already kind of like waking up. But then you hear some words of truth. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that, you know, listen, he said it's a bad way. He's here at the bottle tree. It's the first bottle tree that boy found, trying to get the messages down and stuff. And he said, listen, we basically saying you need to get sober, bro.
Yeah.
But I just love the way he says Dead Tom. Dead Tom. Like,
Dead Tom.
Like this.
Hi, Dead Tom.
Dead Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love his humor. Humor is I love that.
Dead Tom looks like Grady. Like he's Grady's son from Sanford and Son.
Although that rag looks awfully dirty, like he's putting it inside. Like he would be better off putting some snow on it. That was kind of disgusting the way he was wiping that glass off. Yikes.
Devil's advocate, does Tom want Jade to drink that ISD water because he's getting close? Maybe that's the case. Maybe that's what Dead Tom is after. We have no idea. And so we go through this. Jade eventually pulls down the bottles. He tells him that, you know, that you could have just told me straight up instead of all the bullshit, Dead Tom, and everything else. Well, how many pictures of this did this thing? The program I get has that takes them on automatically.
Oh, okay.
So I don't take him at all. Ethan is here reading it, but what is this book that he's reading? Mrs. Lou cookbook?
Herbs. I wonder what kind of herbs, if that book is actually going to be something important. Although if it's not in English, I don't know how they can translate it. Well, technically can you, right? Yeah, but what if there's an herb to, you know, like out there somewhere. Oh, this herb creates this kind of thing. How about we gather it, either smoke it or make something out of it, make the tea out of it, and then it can take us on a journey.
Yeah, there's something going on with these herbs, and the fact that he's holding this book, and he's the one holding the book, and we see Now this is what I'm thinking. All right, Eleanor, follow me here.
Yeah.
Follow me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Julie says that the weed is what calms the visions down.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some recipe in here that could stop it altogether.
Like stop her.
From
Oh,
experiencing that, her Randall, maybe it's
yeah.
an herb. If
That's
the,
actually great.
if weed is an herb,
Yep.
maybe there's some herb in here inside this
Oh,
book,
yeah.
the combination that would make all of that
Yeah.
go away, and then she wouldn't have to have
Yeah.
that's a
The
theory.
only that's a great theory, and it's kind of not similar, but on the same kind of in the same book, where I was thinking that there may be an herb to make them able to take a trip of some kind that they need. But the problem is with both of these, it's winter. Where is it gonna grow? Like I could imagine them going to the forest looking for that stuff, but we need the snow. Maybe it's for a different season or something, where there's no more snow, and like, oh, flowers are coming back. Oh, what is this? This looks like the thing from the book that I saw, and it's gonna blah blah do this. And how about we pick it and use it? That would make sense if things start growing again.
Yeah, I think they will, because I don't think that this is going. Again, he's talking to his mother, she's saying wishing things were the way they were. It was better when he first got here. Little kid who just wants their parents to stay together. Anyone who's been in divorce situations has been in that. Here you have Kenny and Donna, and basically dealing with Kenny. Now people are saying that this symbol says out. This is O-U-T. Do you believe that it says O-U-T?
Not here. I did not see that. I mean, there nothing. Well, technically, we are looking into everything. Like, oh my gosh, this.
And I think human beings have that tendency to see, because I can see a face. Like, this is an eye, this is a nose, this is an eye, and then you come up around here.
Oh, it's like a clown. Yeah, I see that. And that one eye is like
the ear right here, and then it comes up, and then you have the hair coming down here, right here on the top of the forehead and shit.
Yeah.
Like, to me, if I was gonna say it was something, I would say it's more of a face, than out. But I think that human beings do have the tendency to define faces and stuff.
Yeah, that's in our brain. That's how we wired.
And stuff. So I don't know. We got another super chat. Let's take it real quick. It's from Mia Moore. Mia Moore, my love. I think Jasper has no real power. If he did, why would the monsters let Victor take him? Again, so that comes to two ways. I think that people I can look at that. And thank you for coming out here, Mia Moore. And thank you for the super chat. I think it would be that, hey, if they are controlling Jasper, let's get Jasper back out there so we could feed messages through him to Victor, to make Victor, because Victor's trying to get Jasper to talk, and they're talking through Jasper.
Yeah.
And they could feed the information through him, and then that way it could be a situation where they can manipulate him that way. That would be the way it would be. But again, it could also mean nothing. But when it's all said and done, that you could be right that he has no real power. What do you think?
So I think that monsters are trying to be sneaky by letting them take that doll, thinking that, oh yeah, last time that doll talked or did something, we got all them people outside and we were feasting all night, right? Until everybody was dead. But I think maybe that, even though that may be the case, that this is the plan that not monsters, but whoever controls the monsters did, that these people, this batch of people, may think of it as, okay, well, but they have to first start talking, right? The people to each other, and the stories have to be shared. But if that is actually done, if the stories are shared, if Victor actually says, oh yeah, last time it happened, yeah, I want to hear what the doll says, but last time it happened, everybody died, or whatever it is, kind of right after that. And they may take that as a lesson from history, not that, and take, okay, these are the dangers. How about now that we know, we can maybe prevent it. Now that we are aware of it, let's use this doll in some other way and not die like the other people did. Outsmart the monsters.
I agree with you on that one. Kenny tells her, listen, you ain't having them freaky sex parties in there anymore. And that's what I think. I think he was really asking to find out for himself so he could be involved. I don't think he was actually asking it. But another thing we got from Liz being on the interview is that she said specifically that they cut a scene out that when the people were having sex on the couch, that there was a scene when she walked by and she says, "I told you people to keep it in your bed, keep it in your room."
Huh.
And then they cut that scene out.
Okay.
So it wasn't supposed to be out there like that. You know, she's supposed to be like, you know, going on. So she wasn't down with the sex part.
Okay.
And everything else, you know, she just allowed people to live their best life. I think.
Yeah.
And everything. All right. So Kenny gets to go up there. He says he's gonna go, but yeah. So he's moving into Colony House. All right. Tabitha is with her son. And at this time, this is when she says basically that she's gonna go and we're gonna go help Jay with his problems. Marielle talking to Randall, and Randall's trying to like, why are you, you know, how are you dealing with this? It's hard for me. I'm lonely out there by myself. And then this is when she tells him basically, you can come live with us and stuff. After that, we get into the nitty gritty. All right. And that's Victor going into the cave with his father. He goes in there cave with his father. And I would say the most interesting thing that we see about it is number one, the stuff was moved. It wasn't in the same spot. They moved everything deeper down into the cavern. And then we see the goddamn monster with the tea set. And they even got a flower in here. And then for the monster and for this goddamn Jasper and the tea set. What's going on with Jasper and the goddamn tea?
Again, interesting that they moved it. And of course, they're allowing Victor to roam around those caves like he wants to. But I don't know why they would move it, just to make a point that they are aware. I mean, if the stuff was left the way it was, I would have been not thinking that something is controlling, something is making things happen for a reason. But by moving everything, literally moving everything, it's like it's done for a reason, meaning that there is some kind of the stuff is basically not just picked up from outside, tossed in there and left. It is there, like I said, for a reason, but I don't know what the reason is for that. And then the whole setup, I think it was set up for an anticipation, because they can hear people during the day. Whoever controls that stuff, they can hear them, so they knew they're coming. And it doesn't take much time to set this up and move everything. They have a lot of monsters, right? They can, okay, everybody, let's each grab a chair, a cup, or a doll, and let's move it. So
one, and thank you, Julie B. Deep Dives, for becoming a new member. Welcome to the familia. Truly appreciate you coming here, rocking with us, and becoming a part. I think that the most important, we got the yellow saucer here. Yeah, everything else is not there, but for some reason they put the yellow saucer there, and he's in the rocking chair like an old man. Then you have the three yellow, what are they? Little flowers. Everything else seems to be the right tone. I'm looking here. This cup doesn't seem to be from the same set.
Yeah.
But the teacup thing going down the whole Alice in Wonderlandish. And everything going through the rabbit hole. Mrs. Lou's tea, I think of the herb tea.
Maybe it indicates that they need to drink something out of those herbs to make that special kind of tea, to make them, travel where they need to travel.
People saying Eloise with the tea party. It could be Eloise with the tea party. I guess he was just saying it could be something like that. People saying back to the yellow and blue colors. It's very ironic that one thing is yellow and something like that, but they have him in a rocking chair like an old ass man.
Yeah,
and
just a tiny chair.
It's set for 3 people. There's supposed to be 3 people there that are set there.
So maybe maybe this is the setup that you need to have outside. Put the doll in one place and 2 people take a journey, sip on some herbal tea.
It could be something going on like that, but it's not for no reason. Not for no reason. Jasper looks happy as fuck here, though. He got on his face and everything.
Yeah,
he looked happy, Jasper. They got the one arm up on him, like they posed this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't just plop them in
And
the
it's
church.
dusted too. There's no dust there. It's well, as not dusty as it can be in
Mm-hmm.
there. But yeah, it's nice, and I wouldn't sit there.
No,
Yeah.
they post. Victor goes and he bags up Jasper. I don't know why I don't have that one picture. It should be here, but then the monster says, Victor, if you keep coming back
Mhm.
down here, we're gonna have to keep you.
That was playful.
And why would they say if you keep coming down here? How many times has he been down?
Oh, right. Like, I was wondering about that. Like, through his entire life, like, what other things was he looking for? I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff in the diner, right? If he needs something, so
Mhm.
it's all over there. Why would he be? Maybe he was looking. Yeah, I have no idea for his
Yeah,
like who was he looking
someone
for?
sent me. I forgot who it was. Someone from the chat
Mhm.
sent me a picture saying that people are saying that lady looks. I'm trying to see if I have it here. That lady looks like she looks like Donna's sister.
Hmm. Oh, I did not. I can't remember how she looked like. Why would she be in that kind of
It would,
um
to me, the
well,
problem would be that this guy, the father, recognized the voice. So why would he
hmm,
recognize Donna's sister's voice?
hmm.
And then we
Would
have Victor's mother's stuff that was there too. That
right.
that's down there too, and the clothes. Could this be the reason? Could they kill these people and strip them naked, and that's why these people are dressed in these clothes?
That's a good point. But again, they have so many newer clothes right now. But again, at the same time, the clothes, if they're wearing the clothes of the people they killed, it kind of doesn't make any sense to me because they literally ripped them open around their chest. So not only like unless they have a great seamstress over there and a great laundromat, I don't know how that would make sense because all the clothes are destroyed and they're not all the people who are dead and were not naked, they still had their clothes on. So
It's Julie B. Deep
yeah.
Garden. I know LO laugh my ass off at Sonic. I'm a live stream addict. I mean, I tell everybody, and I've told all these people who just picked up the show, not just picked up the show, but just started streaming, started their own channels, which is amazing. I told them all if they asked me. I told them all. I didn't even ask me. I told them, I said, listen, man, live streaming is addictive. It's very addictive.
Yeah.
I tell them, because I know, because I remember when I first started live streaming, it's very addictive. And I told people, I told them, I said, just understand that when you live stream, it's addicting, and it dead ass is addicting. I mean, I've seen motherfuckers live stream. I mean, if you talk about if you talk about remember the Hypes watched that live stream was it 36 hours straight or something like that. You there, Lamar?
Oh yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, I realized my son is playing a piano downstairs and it's kind of loud, so I wanted to mute.
Oh, yeah. But you remember that when the Hypes were like
Yeah.
a 36-hour live
Yes,
stream?
so those were yeah, I don't think I have been for when it started, but I've heard of them. They lasted like it was a marathon to
Yeah,
stream it and
straight up
to
days, like
yes,
literally days,
nonstop. That was way back before there was a
streaming.
cutoff, right?
Yeah, and yeah, that was back. That was back when you had to use
Yeah.
Google Hangouts to do it.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think that they had I think they had the record on YouTube for the longest live stream ever
Right.
made, talking about Game of Thrones and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But
That
yeah,
that was
I tell you all the time, you better watch it. Live
yeah.
streaming is addicting. It's addicting. It's
Yeah.
addicting to be in the chat too. You get
Oh yeah.
it's addicting to be in the chat. It's because people become friends. You want
Mhm.
to be friends, you know what I mean? This
Yeah.
is what happens and stuff. So yeah, be careful. Be
It can
careful.
become a great community, or it is
Yeah,
already a community, but
don't lose your
joining and
job
then
over it. Don't live stream it all. Forget to go to work and shit.
especially back then having to pick the day you're gonna start and time because if you start, let's say Sunday, and then there's a Monday, but you still have enough energy. Well, Monday is here, so kind of thing. Yeah.
100%. Julie
So,
pulled the weed out to Randall and said they're gonna go smoke some doobies together.
mm,
And they talk a little bit about what happened to them, right? So
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they continue to talk about that and we get some answers about exactly what was going on. While inside of the ultrasound room, we see that Fatima is not pregnant. All right, Elma. Is
Right.
she really pregnant or is she not pregnant? What's going on here?
So I'm thinking something similar to and I don't know if I heard it in your stream or if I, 'cause faulty memory. I don't know if I thought of it or I heard it here. But what if it's kind of like the worms that were only visible from time to time? However, at the moment of getting the ultrasound, if the uterus was empty,
Mhm.
uh, person doing the ultrasound should know if the uterus, even let's say there was a pregnancy, it should have changed. It changes. It gets, the walls get thicker. Of the uterus inside, it gets bigger. Not a huge lot bigger, but big enough to fit whatever was in there. So there are changes to the uterus, and a good technician, a doctor, should see that. So yes, there may not have been a visible baby there, but if there were changes to the uterus, there could have been a baby, and her body just absorbed it. She ate it. Like the way she was, she can look at her nugget, and I'm thinking like, what, chicken nuggets? At that point, she ate it from inside. But I think that if uh, not Tabitha, but Fatima knows that, or says that there is something inside her, like that.
Mhm.
So she knows that there is something. Um, she feels it. And wasn't there a pregnancy test that was positive?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know what, for men, I think there is something like when men take the test, the stick test, and it turns out to be positive, it's some kind of a cancer, possibly, right? And
Mhm.
I don't know for women, if I don't know enough about that at all. I have not read or heard anything about it. Like if women get that, is it the same test? Like it either tests for pregnancy or for that cancer? Is the
I
cancer
wouldn't
jumping
know.
from Tilly to her?
Yeah,
Interesting.
I wouldn't know. If New Slave City, thank you for the super chats. Jasper saw George Foreman's fist coming out. He'd start talking, right? He better get that video. Yeah, he wouldn't be able to put that up his ass. You don't want that.
Oh.
He wouldn't want that. I mean, I think that if you go through the story, let's look through the beats of the story.
Mhm.
They say that she's pregnant. Then they say she's not pregnant. That doesn't make sense. She has to be pregnant. I think it's the same thing when you deal with Boyd with the worms. They were in him. He knew they were in him. But
Mhm.
when he had Christy and them examine him, they couldn't find him and
Yeah.
tried to tell him he was bugging. Like we've seen them do that
Yeah.
already. And then at the end, oh, look, you do have worms.
Right. You were right. It's like going to the doctor these days. Oh, you were sick. Yeah, that's on my gravestone.
So
I
I,
was
I
sick.
think that is too. Mika says, great book so far, Tony. Great job. Proud of you. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. And if you're talking about the Don Tony Teflon's book, my new book, it's right here.
Yeah.
Darkest Before the Dawn. Yeah, go out there and buy the book. And let me just say this real quick and stuff, because before we go on and stuff, let me just say this about my book and everything else coming out. I put this book out and all that good stuff. And I have a lot of people I've met on YouTube over the years, and I'm not just talking about from community. I'm talking way before that and everything else. And the only one out of all the people that bigged up my book, put a post up about my book, did anything, put it in their messenger, put it in their chat, talked about it on their stream, put the link in, was my man Smokescreen. That's it. Out of all the people that I've met, no one, and it's fine. No one's obligated to do that. No one's obligated to do it. People promote anything you want. You're not obligated to promote. But it just shows you in the end exactly how some people are wanting you to succeed in life, and some people don't want you to, not say they don't want you to succeed, but aren't willing to help you get to the place that where you want to be on their own without doing something like that. You know what I mean? So I appreciate anyone who did share the book, anyone who did buy the book. Truly, it means the world to me and everything else and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, he's the only one. You know what I mean? As I said, I got a lot of people that claim to be friends and I'm cool with on here and everything. He the only one. He the only one that did it. And that's just facts. That's just facts. And there's no, and again, no one's obligated to do it. And I wouldn't, but I got to give him a special shout out because he definitely did that for me, and I truly appreciate it. Yeah, I think she's pregnant. I think. Do you think she caught something from blood? No, she was pregnant before that.
Before that, yeah, right.
I can tell you.
Mm.
I don't want to say because I don't know if it's right, and I don't want to say something and be wrong so people can make fun of me.
Well, I'm curious now. Like, is it? Do you have a new theory about that?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything.
Oh my god, teasing us like that.
I don't know. I got it. There's a boy's face. Boys are like, me ain't no baby.
And, oh my
Boys sitting there like it's my son.
faces.
He's like, my son don't shoot blanks, bruh.
Oh
Like,
my gosh.
like my son does not be shooting blanks. You talking about this?
Hmm.
My boy, you talking about? He ain't shooting blanks.
Yeah, it's the acting, not just with words, with gestures, but take a screenshot of the face, and that says so much. That was literally me in a meeting today at work, and I was on camera too. So, ooh. He's not hiding, and he's so good at it too.
This everyone around, sexy Marielle, and everything, and sexy Chrissy's sexy too. Feet a little big, but she's a sexy woman too. And they are a little big.
I did not notice. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, next time I said it, you'll see him.
Oh, is that when she was on the bed, like where her feet were out there? Okay, yeah. Okay, I think yeah. You're right. Well, that angle. It might be just the angle.
That was no damn angle.
No angle?
That was no angle. All right. Then we got Elgin. We got Elgin looking at how many photos are in this camera, goddamn it. You know, those I've had one of these cameras, right? When I was younger. My father had one when I was younger. And the one that my father had was like a fold down one. It would fold completely.
Oh wow.
It was brown. Brown and silver. It folded completely flat, and then you pulled the centerpiece up where the flash was at, and it pulled it up and it locked it into place. So I'm very aware with these cameras and everything else from way back in the day. And you have to only have a certain amount of pictures in that motherfucker.
Right. And batteries too, right?
Yeah, it takes batteries. And it's shooting pictures like it's never gonna run out.
Right. It's like he should choose the people. Okay, you I like, you I don't know who you are, but move on, right? And why is he hanging them up? Is it like a collage just in the middle of wherever he's at? Is it by the window?
Yeah, he's trying to say that he's trying to make a collage of everybody else and all that. So thank you for doing a shot-by-shot live show. I just signed on, so I have to do a rewatch. Your theories are spot on for real. They have been, right? And that's why I ain't trying. I don't want to say this, because it could just be.
It could be.
It could be crazy. I don't know if it can't be. I don't know. That would just be nuts. I don't know how they would pull that off and everything. But Elgin is here. Then we get the kimono lady coming up to him, whisper in his ear.
I hope she has a mint.
Yeah, definitely. She looks like she needs a Tic Tac. She got the same. Maybe Randall's scar is gonna end up. Maybe Randall's the kimono lady.
No, but the hair. Where's the hair from? Come on.
Maybe that's what he
furthest out from.
Maybe Randall gets the. Maybe Randall grows some hair because he got the scar, and that's what he gets for it and everything else.
Well, I don't know. Did anybody mention it being possibly Julie because of the voice?
Someone has said it could be Julie.
All the smoking. It's like she completely is dried out here.
She smoked the fuck out. It reminds me the way she's whispering in his ear. It reminds me of Martin Lawrence when he was in the house party, and he was just sitting there. And he's like, "Oh, girl.
Oh my gosh.
You're just so soft, like my hush puppies. You just feel like a buttermilk biscuit."
Oh my god.
Nah, I can't play. You make a motherfucker want to sing.
Oh my god.
Always and forever.
Oh my god.
Each moment with you is just like a dream to me. And you The
Oh my
sun
God.
has come
That was
true.
all in her ear like that.
Yeah,
Oh boy. Oh boy.
he,
Wow.
oh, it's terrible.
Well,
Yeah, that's one of the funniest scenes
yeah.
in the world.
I actually have not seen that
You
one,
never
but
seen that? You never seen House
no,
Party?
no, I don't. If it's one of the older movies, then I
Uh-huh.
probably no, not
Yeah,
old.
so
Oh,
next
have
time,
probably
Omar, we are at the con together. We are
yeah.
going to watch House
Watch
Party.
that. Okay, okay.
We're gonna watch House Party, and that's
Make a list because I'm sure there are a bunch of good movies that I have not seen. Yeah.
yeah, that's hilarious.
Oh
Oh,
my God.
Pagan, thank you, Pagan Sky podcast. You got our own podcast, Pagan Sky. Go out there and check it out, right? Bro? Definitely check it out. Our podcast, and thank you for the super chat. I don't see anything here that she wants us to say and everything. I said, yeah, yeah. His breath was stinking the whole time. They called him
Oh my God.
Bad Breath by Belial was his name.
Oh my. Mm-mm.
Julie B Deep Dives says, hey, definitely go check out the Pagan Sky podcast. God damn it. Show us some love. Where my mind's at? Put a podcast up in the link so people can find it. This scene was also gives me evidence to back up what I said in a video that she's going to trick him into causing some harm. And that's why Victor said he doesn't trust him as they first met. It could be. He might be that. But the thing I would ask you about this, Julie B. Deep Dives, and I would say this. How did Victor know not to trust him? You know, it could be the case that she does trick him and she does that, but how does that explain that Victor knew? How would he know? Another super chat from Pagan Sky Podcast. Check out that podcast. Thank you so much, and we truly, truly appreciate it. 100%. Like, how would he know that? How would Victor know? Oh, I don't trust him. No, thank you, Pagan Sky Podcast. I truly appreciate it. And if someone can do a mod, where my mods at? Put a link to her podcast in there so the people could find her and rock with it. There you go. John Haymaker got it. YouTube Pagan Sky. There you go. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Go subscribe to the channel and everything. Help out the familiar. Help us out, man. We all got to stick together. That's the only way we make it. That would be the only thing. Like I understand. It definitely could be that Elgin is going to be is getting Sarah here, right? It could be that situation. But how the hell does Victor know that?
Do you think it has something to do with people repeating, like what do you call it? Maybe it's not his body, meaning the person that he is, but maybe the vibe that he brings. Maybe this is like a repeat. Because Victor, it's been like what like 30, 40 years over there or so between that time. And Elgin is young enough to have, his soul to have been there already, died and come back. Maybe he's feeling the energy, the soul of a person, not actual body of a person. Like, oh, I remember you look familiar to me. It's more your energy is familiar. You don't seem safe.
All right, Julie B answers the question. She says Victor knew because he has visions of the future and or something similar happened in the last cycle that he can't remember, but it's just an instinct that Elgin's filling the role of the. I don't know if he's filling the role of a past resident. It just, I don't know if he has visions of the future. It's hard. This pause on that dealing with Victor, whether he's seeing the past, because he says he sees things. He draws pictures of things so he doesn't forget. What makes you think that he's seen all these things? Now, again, we see pictures that supposedly were drawn by Victor that of things we didn't see. We see fires, we seen spiders, and we never seen these things. Now, maybe these things happen in the past, or maybe they happen in the future, or maybe Victor isn't the only one drawing, because we did see Eloise had some
right.
So maybe there's someone else that's up there drawing stuff too on it. So I hear what you're saying. It could be that 100%.
Would it be dreams too? The dreams that he had, like he remembers what happened in a dream, and he just can't see what's a reality or a dream because
his dreams are things that actually happened that he just can't remember. Like,
Right.
he didn't
Oh,
remember his
yeah.
sister. It's not like it's a dream. It's just a reality that he blocked out, like a mental block.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's more than that and everything.
Hmm.
And Mika sent put out there, made it made someone a member. Thank you so much. I think it was Jay Sleek. I may have got it because he's thanking her personally. But thank you, Pagan Sky Podcasters. I really wanted to be pregnant. I think she is pregnant. I just think that's just not showing up on the
Mm-hmm.
machinery that they have. Kind of like the vampires don't show up on mirrors and stuff.
Right.
That can't pick it up. But I do think she's pregnant. New Slave City, thank you for the super chat. Says, forget the camera. I'm wondering who keeps supplying Victor with the never-ending.
Right. I was thinking about that too in that
It is
episode. Like,
true.
what is
These
that?
crayons have lasted a long ass time. Long ass time. Beautiful Anna is in the building right here. I feel like I know less now than I did when I started.
Oh my gosh. We get so many answers in a way, not full answers, but everything is getting clearer now. But at the same time, as the pieces move together of that whole puzzle, the water gets muddy. So it's like it's kind of coming together, but what is it? What does it mean?
I know that this is Mika's pick for the mole right here. That Mika does not like eye patch, she calls her.
Oh.
And she don't like it. Saggy Star finally came on. What up, Saggy Star? I appreciate you being. But I know Mika hates this woman. Mika always talking down about this chick. She don't trust eye patch, as she calls her. Now, I will say this. She has been showing up an awful lot. And I think that that may mean that we won't see eye patch much longer. When they show up a lot, I think that means you get got. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We've been seeing her from the beginning almost, right?
Yeah, she's been season 1. Jade stole her bicycle.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that. And then on top of the colony house or somewhere pointing to the storm and the glass blowing up and other things, and then cooking that delicious looking steak. Although, when I saw that steak, I kind of I love steak, but when I remembered I saw the cow it came from, so I don't know if I want to eat that because I know where it came from.
She has a theory about eye patch. She says Clara. I'm sorry, I don't know, and then Clara and everything else. You know what I mean? So we'll see about her and if we could trust her or not. Elgin talking to her, is she suspect? I don't know.
She was in a town, and then in a because she was in both places. I thought that they're not allowed to be there, but when she was where's that bike? No, maybe I mixed it up. Never mind. Because I thought the bike was not in a colony house. It was but it wasn't a colony house. So never mind. I thought I saw her in both places, and they technically are not supposed to be there unless there is a massacre.
Exactly. Over 275 people here. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button for your boy and your girl and your lady up in this piece, and keep it going. Tiptoe in the building. She's saying that Clara irritated me when she tried to harp on Tabitha in the town meeting.
Oh my gosh.
Knowing damn well she ain't done nothing to help get out of Fromville.
And she was late too.
Yeah, she was late to the goddamn party.
The school or work, you don't you go and sit in the back of the class and don't draw attention to yourself and not speak on a topic you don't know about. You came in 10 minutes late.
That's because she was making that big ass brontosaurus steak and shit. She probably was pooping and shit in there.
Oh my god,
that's probably why. Because the way she walked out, she ran out there.
I was wondering why she was in the house. What was that? Why was she late? What was she? That was very weird. The way she was there, everybody left. Why would she stay behind? No, that was odd. And just to say, "Oh, everybody's at the meeting" or whatever, she said, that is odd. Just to give her lines, she could have had more lines by not being late to be in a meeting, to be actually able to talk regarding the meeting.
Yeah. R.N. Smith says, I got 2 of your books, but I have not started reading yet. Are they on audio? Because I usually buy. It's not on audio yet. I'm still trying to get that done with Quinn's ideas. We'll see if we got it. See if we can get that thing popping and everything else. Amy says she probably had to drop some logs. Yeah, she looked like she can.
Oh my
She looked like she can shit some bricks. I ain't lying.
Well,
Look at it. I mean,
over there, everybody after that big meal, and there's only one toilet there, right?
yeah, no, she looked like she can shit some bricks. I ain't gonna lie. She looked like she can. The neck is what tells. The neck is telling. You know, the bigger your neck, the more bricks you can shit. That's
Oh
a
my
fact.
God.
That's a known fact. That's why if you
I have
see
never heard anything like that.
I'm trying to tell you, Elamo, I'm trying to hit you to the
Oh
game.
my
That's why
God.
if you see these big these weightlifters with the big neck, those are the guys who fuck your toilet up.
Oh my
Like, you don't
God.
let those guys go in the bathroom in your house. They fuck your toilet up. Those weightlifters.
Jeez.
I'm trying to tell you because you
Wow.
gotta, you know, they got that. You know what I mean? That downward motion. You know what I mean?
God.
So yeah, you don't
That
fucking.
toilet did not look that toilet.
They
Speaking of the
fucking throw
toilets,
it up.
that toilet, the
Those
way
big fucks.
Fatima was hugging it, I hope it was cleaned. Right, she could have done it from a distance, and then all these people, one toilet, it was really, really clean looking.
You got that right, J-Bar. Neck like Mike Tyson. Those guys are the guys who
Wow.
fuck your toilet up. You gotta leave those things alone.
Oh my God.
Hey,
Well, whoever installed that bathroom, that toilet over there, it's on the second floor too. So when it floods, yeah, good luck to them.
yeah.
Wow.
They don't look like they have a plumber in that place at all.
Yeah.
And thank you for sharing the link to my book, and thank you for buying my book, especially twice. That's amazing that you did that. And anyone out here who buys my book, I truly appreciate it 100%. And everything. And if you cop a t-shirt and all that, but you know the book is more important than anything, obviously, to me. And I do know that I had to get to the fucking post office to send out these books that out. I know I do, and I was sick. That's no excuse. That week was, but I should have done it by now. I do apologize. I will get it done. I promise you, I will get it done. But that's definitely on me. And I apologize. I truly do. But I will get it. I promise you I'll get it. No one's ever gotten anything from me and not any giveaway, anything. I've always provided. Not that dude. I promise you will get there. And you can just, me and LMR have been doing giveaways for years.
Yeah.
And everyone will tell you always get it. So I promise you,
Mhm.
I'm just the worst at going to the post office and drive. I am. I really am. Like, I have to really commit to, I'm going right now. And it's hard for me to do things like that. So I will. I promise you I will. I promise. Saggy Star, so much. Thank you for the super chat. It says, I'm hella late, but do you think the little girl in the flashback memory is Tabitha? I was watching the live the other night and it kept saying it wasn't. We're gonna get to that shit. We are almost there. We are almost at that. And I promise you I will delve into that. And I will tell you the theory that I said that I wasn't gonna say because I'm not sure if I'm right. Elmo, hold the damn second, get another drink. We have Jade and Ethan. Do you think this is the beginning of the Jade and Ethan? I mean, you gotta get down with the kids if you want to get to the mother. How did you like this scene?
So this was a fun one to watch. The way Tabitha after seeing those Ankui children went like, okay, let's get out of here. Yeah, let's go. And then when they ended up here, again, Jade, the way he reacted, and he did not miss a beat when he looked at Tabitha and she said, "Oh, I promised Ethan we're gonna, whatever she said, help you solve the puzzle." And he looked at her like, "What are you talking about?" for a split second, but then it did not take like, "We're gonna help you solve the puzzle." He literally just said, "Oh yeah, let's do that." So that was so cool. The way he just went with her to, he knew at that moment that Ethan needed that, or maybe she needed that. They all needed that distraction. And at that point, he was really, I'm assuming, struggling, looking at that board. And what better way of getting a fresh look at it than looking at it from somebody else's point of view? And truly, I believe children have a way of looking at stuff that when adults look at it, they will struggle. But a kid can come up to, to the board or to whatever it is that the adult is looking at and be like, "Oh, it goes like this." And then bam, the mystery can be solved because they as children, they don't have that um, burden of years of other blockages that adults have. Children's mind is just fresh and
Mhm.
without any blocks, and they can get to the to their resolution really quickly. They don't overthink it. Sometimes adults overthink life and other things, so it's the more difficult for us to solve stuff.
Yeah, I think
um
what happens when you see something over and over again, you get it pegged in your mind
yeah.
that that's what it
Yeah.
is, and you can't see around it. So I
Yeah.
think that it's definitely when you have fresh eyes and stuff on something, that's easier for someone else to see something that you have overlooked because you're so. It doesn't matter if you see a pattern and you
Yep.
can, go do a crossword puzzle, right? Go do a big ass crossword puzzle and pick out all of the shit that you could find. And when you can't find no more, go hand it to one of your friends, and I guarantee they'll find
Right.
something that you didn't see. And it's just
Yeah.
fresh eyes on it, you know what I mean, and everything else. But the Jade we're shipping Jade and Jaditha on this
Yeah.
channel,
And I
and
would, yeah,
this is how you do it. You get
this was great.
yeah, I've done this. Listen, I understand. I've done this. I've tried this technique. Get to the kid to get to the mom. There's this country chick. Country as fuck. And I was trying to talk to her, and she had a kid and everything else, and she was like, "Oh, my son, he's gonna go out and he's got to go help my father, bale this hay to get this hay in the barn and shit." And I'm like, "Shit, god damn it, I'm from Queens, New York." But well, they go. I'm gonna go with her, and she was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go with him. I'm gonna go with him. I'm gonna go out there and bale this hay and shit like that."
Wow.
So I go out there and shit, and I go out there, man. Let me tell you something about baling this hay.
It sounds
This kid was
itchy.
around like it was. This shit was heavy as hell.
Mhm.
I stepped in big ass cow shits.
Oh my
My Air
God,
Force
Tony.
Ones. I had cuts on my arms from this fucking hay. When
Mhm.
this shit was over, that shit was done. I didn't even go back and see. I just got in my car and
Mhm.
drove off. I was like, this shit ain't working.
Yeah, people
This shit
say,
is
mhm.
not going that
Yeah.
far.
No, that's crazy. And people say, "Oh, roll in the hay." Have any of the people who said roll in the hay ever rolled in the hay? Because if they had, they would not be saying, "Oh, that that
It's
thing is
sharp.
sharp,
That hay
sharp."
is sharp as
And
hell.
scratches, and I'm not talking about that because I'm talking about from my childhood. Whenever I visited my grandma as a kid, they had a barn, and I was from the city, so to me it's like, yeah, oh my god, this is an adventure, like, for the summer. I loved it. But my cousins who lived there, to them it was kind of like an everyday, but like, don't do that, don't do. I'm like, I'm gonna do it. So jumping into that, it's like a two-story. Basically, you jump in there. I got scratched. So yeah, no, that's that.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I
off
remember
topic, but yeah.
the other time was with this country girl, Crystal McLaughlin was her name,
Mm.
and they set me up, these fuckers. Hey, they go out there and they're like, yeah, jump over this fence, and there's a big ass fence, and I was like, what's on the other side? They were like, the horses are on there. I looked and it was all woods, couldn't see
Mhm.
nothing. So I jumped over the fence, like, yeah, well, I'm from Queens, New York. Well, I'm jumping.
Oh
I
my
jumped over.
god.
I hopped it. You put your hands on and just jump. Came down like a Superman pose. I came down superhero style
Oh
and
my
shit,
god.
feeling good. This chick grabbed this bowl, I guess, of their food,
Oh
and
no.
she just shook it.
Oh, and they. Mm-hmm.
These motherfuckers out of nowhere.
No. Yeah. Oh my
Charging like three of these big fucking horses. I don't know how they heard
god.
that.
That's no
I
joke.
barely heard it, and I was standing right next to it.
Oh
They
my god.
came charging. I tried to jump back over. My foot got caught. I fell. I busted my lip, and my whole lip was fucked up. My
Oh my
whole
god.
face. I fell over. And they all just sat there laughing at me. So my shit bleeding and shit,
Oh
and everything else.
no.
The motherfuckers laughing at me and shit like that. Like
Oh my god.
they fucked me up, man.
No, that is that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that is no fun and dangerous. Could
It
have
is
ended
dangerous.
badly.
Set me up.
Yeah.
They knew them horses was coming.
Right.
They knew
right?
what they was doing.
The moment that shake, I've never seen anything like that, in real life, but I can just imagine when, feeding animals, just like I know my cats, if I shake something, they're like right there. So
Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, they
Cats
can't.
are not
They
horses,
can't.
so.
These motherfuckers fuck me up. Terrible,
Speaking of
terrible. All right,
visually,
back to the show.
yeah.
We have Tabitha revealing to Jade that she has been here to this town. She had not been here, but she has had nightmares about this time when she was a little kid. And it was these manic, these statues here and everything else. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And these statues here, Carrie, I'm laughing here, hearing the story, country girl. Yeah,
Mhm.
country girl. I tried for y'all. I ain't trying no more. God damn it.
Oh my
I'm
god.
staying in the city limits. Hey, fuck with that. Fuck me up. But yeah, these statues, this is what triggered her memory and
Mhm.
everything else from seeing all this. And that's why she didn't remember the town, because these were out here. We seen Jade
Right.
in the earlier episode drawing the stuff out here, and we see that get paid off here with her being out here. Now, this does prove the theory that Don came up with, that in order to be a chosen, you were going to have had a dream of
Mhm.
this place before you got there, right?
Yeah.
And this proves that happened, which means to me it proves that Abby was also one of the chosen, but she got taken out, and that's why she's not the chosen now. But
That
that proof that go on.
No, that's interesting when you said that. So dreams of it before. I'm just wondering, because it's usually how would Elgin tie into it? Didn't he have a dream like
Yeah,
that?
but not before the tree that we know that Elgin had a
Okay.
dream. We
As
know
what
that
he
he had a
saw.
dream when he was arriving in
Yeah,
where
that's
he was
true.
sleeping, but we don't know if he had something
Yeah.
before. You know what I mean? We don't know if he had something before there and
Hmm.
stuff. So yeah, I do believe that Abby was a chosen. That's why she came there, and that's Boy wasn't meant to be there. It was her they were after, and she went crazy, kind of like Christopher went crazy
Yeah.
and started killing people.
Right.
And
Right.
then they needed a new one, and then they got this chick, and she the new one.
Right.
That's what I think.
Hopefully with Tabitha, she's the one who, against, like, Abby was shooting everyone. We don't know what Christopher did exactly to make people die. But then for Tabitha, hopefully she will not open, the service. Oh, let's go all to the lighthouse, and off you go, off you go. Like, oh, look over there, off you go.
Yeah.
So to wake them up, nothing like that. Like a jumping place. Um, so I think learning, that's the part where learning from the past comes in.
Hmm.
Discuss what happened, see what did not work out, and how we can make it better.
Hmm.
They have a couple people who technically should know that stuff, like Jade and Jim. They work on solving problems and even drawing or making creating solutions, right? So just conversation should be had. But Jim is not, for a person the way he is. I mean, I would expect him to actually talk things through, to try to solve problems. What is he, an engineer or an
Hmm.
architect? I forgot what his role.
He designs roller coasters.
That's right. Okay, yeah.
How the
Yeah.
fuck the hell Yankees give up 5 runs in one inning? Anyway,
No.
crazy.
Mhm.
He's cooking up some brontosaurus steak challenge. It did look like a brontosaurus steak, like you see in
Yeah,
the
that
film.
was huge.
So yeah, and Julie says
Yeah.
other people also chosen for different purposes, like Elgin and Sarah. I'm talking about the actual chosen who's chosen to save the children. When I
Mhm.
say the chosen, that's what I mean, like that, not this and everything else and all that stuff and all that and everything else. All right, now we are here.
Mhm.
We're here to the picture that we got super chat.
Good
She will
kid.
say that this is not Miranda. I'm Miranda. Jesus, this is not.
Yeah.
This is not Tabitha
Mhm.
in her own dream. What do you think?
Um, so I wonder if I don't see her being there because of just the way she looks. It's like a dress up, unless she's playing dress up. Because
Mhm.
what is it like? Like maybe 25 years back, no, maybe 20 years back, or however long, enough years back. It's weird clothing, first of all. It's not like, oh, we're going hiking. You're gonna
Yeah, she
wear
definitely has a
that.
little Red Riding Hood-esque
Right,
vibe.
exactly. So it must have been from the past. If it's from the past, then that's either a memory of her past life or live in this case, or
Mhm.
maybe it's a dream of somebody else. Like people when they dream, sometimes they dream they are themselves or they are somebody else. So what if she was in a body, like her mind went back to some different body back then? What if it's the same mind? I think you had that, right? Like that it's
Yeah,
the
with
same
Miranda
mind
and
being,
stuff.
yeah.
Definitely with Miranda. I don't think this is Miranda. Listen, if they want to say this is Miranda as a child, that she kept seeing Miranda as a child, and the whole thing is this. I could see that being, if you want to go that route, then I would definitely say it's that route, because I do believe they have souls swapped into each other. Miranda's soul is swapped into Tabitha. But I've never seen ever in a dream, me personally, I don't know how dreams work in the show, that you are not the star of your own dream. I've never seen it that it's
Mm,
somebody else in your dream than you. It's usually, if it's your dream, you should be the one in it. I would think it's you in the dream,
yeah.
right? I mean, I've never dreamt of somebody else in my dream and not seen myself and not been in the dream itself. And a whole dream is about somebody else. And I've never seen that
Like
ever.
yeah. Like in real life, you mean, right?
Yeah, in real life.
Well,
I
yeah,
like,
yeah, so there are, like, I have dreams like that sometimes, which is very odd, but it's a type of a dream. But in this show, even let's say when Elgin is sleeping, we don't see it. What do you call it? Like on a gaming where you can see just your hands, like right now, you don't see you're not looking at yourself.
mhm.
Um, you just see your hand. So when let's say Elgin dreams, we see his dream and we see the entire him, like he's in the bathtub or
Mhm.
sitting on a couch. We don't see like, oh my gosh, these are my hands and there's a camera.
Mhm.
It's like, so I see that it is potentially her being in the dream, not her observing a girl. Like
Mhm.
because this is her dreaming of herself.
Because she says that she was scared. So it
Yeah.
has to be her, because when she looks up and she
Because
sees
yeah.
whatever's coming over the top, that's what's terrifying her.
Mhm.
So you would think that this person, the little girl who's being terrified, is her.
Yeah.
So the question would be, is this her as a little girl, or is this Miranda, or someone else as a little girl that she's somehow tapping into that dream and stuff?
I think she's tapping into her past self in some way. I don't like past meaning not past in the current life. It's from way back, whenever in a different lifetime.
Because it looks
To
like
me, that
that.
would make more sense.
I mean, it looks like Tabitha. It's not like the girl don't look like her. Not like they had
Mm,
someone with blonde hair play this part.
right.
You know, it
That is
looks like
true.
her.
But then she like what like what she was that dream shows her being in there. It's not like she was somewhere in the woods with her
Mhm.
family and like,
No,
oh,
she's
I
by
saw
the
something.
rocks. By
Yeah,
the
she's
rocks. The
literally
three.
right there. And being that age, you would think that she would remember being stuck there, unless they drove by that place. But if they drove by that place, how did they get out? That would be a surprising thing. Okay, they just drove by and they left. And then
No,
again, the clothing, it's odd. You don't go hiking
see,
these days like that.
my belief, and y'all can say I'm crazy if you want, is that I think that when you dream of yourself in a parallel multiverse. Like, I think when you dream, and this is what I really believe in my head, that every dream you have is you tapping into yourself in a multiverse version of yourself, and that's what's going on in the multiverse version of you.
So like splitting, it's your reality, but somewhere else,
It's
right?
somewhere else. Yeah. Like, so if you see
Yeah.
someone, that's why in your dream, you might meet a girl in your dream that you've never seen before in your life. Well, your multiverse self has met that girl, and you're just
Mhm.
tapping into at that time into that multiverse, and you're seeing that. That's what I really think happens. And y'all can think I'm crazy all you want, but that's what I think is. I think that when you dream, you tap into your multiverse of yourself. And I think there's an infinite supply of multiverses of you all going on. I think when you see, you're in a dream and you fall off a building, you die, that someone in the multiverse died.
You die.
Everything else. Be like, what weed is Tony Teflon smoking? Like, I have to build, I can think what I want. God damn it. Ain't no scientist can explain why you dream. They can't explain it. Like, people say, I can look, the DJ, he could fly in his dreams and all of his dreams. I'm telling you that. I'm telling you. I think that's just my multi life.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it could be, depends who you're tapping into, but that's what I think is going on there. So it could be a situation like this is her, but in a different version of herself in some type of multiverse version. But she said she kept having the same dream over and over again, and every time whatever's coming over this rock is scaring her. And whatever's coming over this rock, it seems to be coming over flying. That's the way I took it. It didn't seem like it's something that peeking over the rock at it. It seems something that's in the sky, flying, looking down at it.
Oh my gosh. Now I'm thinking, what if it's one of those, like somebody here in the comments was saying, like, where is the hotel or motel? What if it's there, but it's invisible? Like, what did Phil say? There's this episode on Star Trek where there are those scientists in the rock, in the mountain, observing everybody, and they're invisible to the villagers. So what if it's something like that? It's basically science part where it's there. It's just they can't see it. It's camouflaged, and she saw something, like a glimpse of that. And it's scary because why is it, up there in the sky? What is this, right?
Yeah, it is aliens. And as Fatima says, it is aliens. I agree that it's aliens. It's some type of aliens coming down on her. And again, that's not my take. That's the experts' take.
We have all sorts of stories, mythologies, legends that could be interpreted as gods, who in reality were misinterpreted extraterrestrials.
You see,
I'm waiting for that.
Legends of gods. People say they're gods. They say they're things, but in the end, they're just extraterrestrials. That's
right?
it.
I mean, the experts said it. Who are we to argue with that, right?
I can't argue with that guy.
Right.
I can't. He's the expert. We're just podcasting.
He came to our stream here and just...
we're just podcasting here and everything else. All I can do is just go by what the experts say. And I'm not super enough to go against the experts. God damn it. That guy knows what he's talking about. All right. There's a full television show out there. He knows everything he's talking about and all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, this is how the episode ends and stuff and all that. But I think it could be some situation. I do think this is Tabitha. I do think it's her. I don't think it's anyone else. I think it's her as a child, but it could be some different time. The clothes is good. I've never dreamed of myself in outfits that I would normally see myself in. Like, I've never dreamed of myself and I'm in I got a fucking Viking hat like Flavor Flav and I'm walking around.
Oh my God.
Like, I've never had that dream.
Nothing like that ever?
Oh,
no costumes of any kind?
No, I've never been in anything like that at all. Everything I've ever dreamed of myself, I've always had something that would be something that I'd be wearing and shit.
Okay.
It wouldn't be anything else like that, that is what it is and stuff. Overall, beautiful episode. I really thought it was a good episode and everything. Anyone got any questions? Don't forget about the necklace. What necklace? What are we talking about? What necklace?
Necklace or the bracelet?
Oh, the clock necklace. Oh, Flavor Flav. Yeah, boy. I hate Flavor Flav. I hate him. I told y'all this story about me and Flavor Flav before. I've told everyone. I'll say it real quick before we get off there. So back in the day when I was rapping and stuff, I had we had a tape, and there was a place called like Adelphia College, is on Long Island, and my boy Shawnee D used to be the DJ there when he went to the college. Way older than me at the time and stuff, but he went to the college and he was the DJ there. When he DJ'd there, the guy Dr. Dre, who played Dr. Dre and Ed Lover, MTV Raps, he was the host and Shawnee D was the DJ. So he had the connection to get us to go up in there and get our stuff played. I don't know. I was mad young. Well, let's say 14, 15 years old back then. And so we were going to get our song played on the radio. So we get driven out there to Long Island and go out there. And while we're sitting up in there, we're sitting there. Charlie Brown is in there from Leeds of the New School. Large Professor from Main Source was in there. He didn't even come out yet. He was getting his stuff played too. It was like his song was like Charlie something was his song or something like that. If you look up Main Source songs, it was like Charlie something with it. So it wasn't looking at the front door, it was the flip side version. So he had got his stuff played. So we're sitting in there, and the guy's name was Wild Man Steve was the DJ at the time that was there. So we're sitting in there and we're waiting. I'm waiting to get my stuff played. Then Chuck D comes up in there, right? So Chuck D from Public Enemy, he comes in there because he went to the college. So Chuck D's in there. Chuck D's he has his niece and he had his daughter with him. And they were very young, and they came and they jumped on my lap and started playing with me and stuff. And he was just like, oh, my kids they like you. Well, everything else. And I'm just like, oh, wow, this Chuck D talking to me and stuff. And his daughter jumping on my lap there and his niece. But the thing that was weird about it was that they both called him Chuck. Like his daughter Chuck and his niece called him Chuck, right? So I'm sitting there, and we're sitting there waiting to get stuff played. We're doing all that. Then Flavor Flav comes in there. Flavor Flav comes in here, the 6-pack of Heineken comes in there. And the song that they just released, Public Enemy, and this was the first time it was getting played. You can check the year if you want. It was called Get the F Out of Dodge. It was called I'm the Police and I'm in charge. And if you don't like it, get the F out of Dodge. And they were premiering it on that radio station. So they play their song. Flavor Flav's in the booth and he's doing this Flavor Flav dance and all this stuff. And we're just sitting there hours waiting to get our shit played. So then when the station's about to go off and everything else, he goes, the guy Wild Man Steve, he goes, all right, we got some young brothers in here. They call themselves TIF, the Irresistible Force. And we're going to play their song right now. And Flavor Flav grabs the microphone from him and goes, nah, G, play our song one more time. And they played their song. They never played our shit. And then he came to us and said, oh, we'll come back next week and we'll play it. And I hated Flavor Flav ever since that. And I still hate him.
Wow.
Still hate him today. I remember it clear as day. I drove all the way out there. So, nah, G, play our shit one more time.
That was not right.
Yeah,
oh my God.
If I see this, I will punch him in his face to this day. And I guarantee you that if I was ever in a place with Chuck D and I said it, he'll remember that goddamn story. I guarantee it. He'll remember that story. Guarantee, because that's exactly what happened. And Busta Rhymes and Charlie Brown, because they were going to the college at the time and they were there and they were in there. But that's why
they knew what they were doing too. Yeah, not just for them, but what it meant for you to do that.
Yeah,
and they still did
it. So excited to hear our stuff on the radio and drive out there. Yeah. Had my mother listening.
Yeah.
Gary had his mother listening.
Yeah.
We all thought, my stuff's gonna be on the radio and everything else, like this stuff. And no. That's just what it was.
Yeah. Stuff like that you don't forget, you don't forgive.
Yeah. I can't stand it, goddamn. And that's what it is. All right, people, we're gonna get up out of here. You know what I mean? We're gonna get up out of here and everything else and stuff. Thank you for rocking with us. Thank you, LMR. Thank you, my lady.
Always you were covering her a lot. You should have
because dudes is looking at it too much. I can't have it.
Oh, okay.
They're making too many comments about my show.
Alrighty.
I gotta watch it back.
That's very nice of you, Tony.
Yeah, I'll watch it back and everything. I'll be back this week, and we'll break down the trailer for the episode coming up. I'll be back this week and all that good stuff. Doing all that, all right. We'll definitely be here to pump that up. Hopefully, Elma can join me. If not, then it'll be me by myself or me, Phil. We'll see how it goes and everything else. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for anyone who supported me, bought the book. Thank you for everybody who put out the put the links put the links in there for everybody else. If you need more from and you want to talk more from, I do believe Julie B of Deep Dives will be talking more from around 10:30 tonight. So go out there and check her out at 10:30 and go show us some love and everything else. And if you like the way I do this, please thumbs up to spread this across the room, and of course subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace
and stay sexy.